Okay, let's get it. Day 49. Streaming every single day until Flashpoint Archive is done. I believe we ended on this one last stream. If I'm not mistaken, that leaves 28 more today. That's correct. And then next stream, we got a bunch of escape rooms. Great. Fun. I love that. I freaking love that. Alright. What else is there to do? Thinking, moving. We'll just get into it then. It's literally our standard 2048 games, guys. For the most part, there's a couple of interesting ones with differences and, you know, customized, whatever you want to call it. Customizations makes it interesting, but for the most part, we got this blank, basic 2048. Of course, it's a 5x5. It's usually just a 4x4. It's actually a 6x6. I'm bad at counting. Usually it's a 4x4, but this is a 6x6. And if you're wondering why my voice is a little bit hoarse, it's because I've been shouting at the top of my lungs. We were playing volleyball earlier. Man, I love volleyball. I used to play a lot of soccer, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was cool to kick a good ball, but I was okay as a goalie, and that was my main position for the most of my years playing soccer. I think I enjoyed that a little bit more than running, just because I never had good stamina, so it's a little bit easier standing around. Of course, you gotta react fast, but yeah, soccer didn't really do it for me. But volleyball's really fun. I think that's kind of like the only sport that I enjoy. I mean, to be fair, I did enjoy soccer, but like not nearly as much as I enjoy volleyball, or not even close. Actually, well, there's arm wrestling, but I don't do that very often, and I don't even know if that's considered a sport. It's a little bit iffy on the actual classification. But I don't arm wrestle that often. Whenever my brother asks me to arm wrestle, pretty much, or if anyone asks me, I won't turn it down usually, unless they're twice my size. Okay, I'm probably not. Well, we just need. Okay, we're almost to 2048. We'll just keep going. This is the meta though, circling it like this. Of course, I'm not doing a perfect circle, but with the big grid, it's very easy. There we go. We're just gotta combine those. There we go. We win. Next one. So we're playing 2048 games this stream again, and then tomorrow we'll go back to normal 14. So yeah, I don't really need the instructions. And these are just the basic clearing power-ups, like in your mobile games. Shuffle and stuff like that. Okay, this one is not as responsive either. You have to like pause between each slide. You can't just spam circles. Is my stream being paused? Okay, recordings. I don't know why it pauses sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Then, having said that, it hasn't paused for the past 2 streams, I think. Or past 3. I think I'm dead here. Oh, but you have power-ups. Yeah, with these actual 4 grids, like 4x4 grids, you actually have to be careful of how you play. It's really easy to mess it up. This is like the same row, except this one's a little higher. Oh, that's just. Oh, that's one up. I see what that is. It's not like. Okay. That was probably a bad idea. What does that do? Is that just extra points for no particular reason at all? Don't know how much time more I'm gonna spend on this one, because we gotta get it going. We gotta just power through these games. Alright, we'll end that here. Okay. Alright. It's another play online game, of course. There's nothing here yet. No, for real, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's blank. I'm gonna call that broken, because the what's it? The freaking domain it's no longer occupied. That's a broken game. Well, maybe it's not broken per se, but I cannot access it at this point in time, so we're marking it down. We know we like the big ones. Wait, it's over, isn't it? I don't know why I do that, bro. Is that one web game? Where's web game? It's not web game. Why is there a blank window capture? That was probably for the one that was weird. Browser game 2. Wait, what's the actual designation? It's a browser game. And because I have so many layered, I can't just click and drag it. Because there are so many layered, bro. Okay, one at a time then. It's Chrome. I don't know why I called it Chrome. It's clearly not Chrome. I'm gonna rename that quickly. That's the original, because there's browser game 2. This was supposed to be the original browser game. Okay. There we go. Crises averted. That's weird. Do you see that? Some tiles are shorter than others. That's kind of strange. Not exactly sure what that means. Huh, not exactly. I'm getting good at the circling. I say as I messed up terribly. Here we go. Freaking goated. Like, I won't be getting 2048 for all these big grids, because that takes a little bit of time. Next one. Yeah, we're only 5 games in as of this one, and we are 9 minutes in, so we gotta hurry this up a little. Just a little bit. Make it faster. We'll just max out the board, I think. Let's try and max it out. There we go. Okay, this one is not actually delayed in terms of input, but the animation is a little. As long as it's registering, that's all that matters, really. This is if you want to lose, just spam up and down, left and right. But it only works if... Yeah, okay, it does work. Never mind. Yeah, it's good. We got some anime. Genshin Impact. Ones. This is probably so boring to watch. I'm not terribly good at commentary, so sometimes if I'm in the mood I can just kind of ramble for hours, but I should tell stories. But like I'm not even that good at storytelling. Like what do I tell about? Okay, let's do my first memory ever that I remember. So this is, I don't know if this is a memory or is it a dream, but in terms of reality, it was kind of correct in that, I'll just begin at the beginning. We were building a trampoline in our backyard. From what I can tell, I remember being able to walk, so maybe that was a dream, or maybe I'm misremembering. I don't even know if I could walk or if I couldn't walk, but I was around 1 or 2 years old. We were building a trampoline in our backyard. I actually don't remember walking now. I don't know, bro. This was way back when. And yeah, that's kind of all there is, actually. It was like basically dark. The sun was going down. It was almost time for dinner. And yeah, that's that's literally my first memory. I don't know if it's like a dream or if it's actually something that happened. Either way, it's my first memory, which is kind of lame now that I think about it. But we had that trampoline for a long time. I think we left it behind when we moved, because we were moving into a trailer, like a camper. Traveled for 4 years, I think. Man, we went everywhere. Well, at least in the U.S. Not every state, but quite a few of them. Georgia, California, Florida. Just the easy ones to name. I mean, the ones that I remember going to. Ad blocker detected! Wait, that's funny. You almost got me. Florida, Georgia, PEI, California, Colorado, Ohio? Yes, Ohio. My dad's friend's father had a garlic farm there in Ohio. Then there was Connecticut was one of them, I think. Georgia. Well, Florida, or Georgia's in Florida, isn't it? No, Georgia's a state. I don't know my geography very well. I'll be honest, I do not know my geography very well at all. Like hardly at all. Like my geography skills are pretty terrible. I was just focusing on the lesson to pass the lesson, basically. I mean, school teaches you to memorize, doesn't it? In some ways, it does. Like, there are certain subjects and skills that you do learn in school that are good to have. Well, they don't teach you critical thinking in school nowadays, but like knowing math is good. Like I mean, you can critical think for yourself. You don't necessarily have to be taught critical thinking. I guess if you don't know what it is, then you kind of do need to be taught. So that's why the public school is absolutely bricked in this day and age. Like roasted, completely cooked. Like toast. Where was I going with that? Rambling. I wasn't going anywhere. Staying right here. Doing absolutely jack all. Traveling days, they were fun, I guess. Actually, I do miss traveling a lot. Of course, I'm broke. Yeah, I'm broke. So, like, I can't really do much traveling of my own. That's what I should do. I should save up for, or just get a remote job. Get a remote job, and then I'll be good. Chinese, ancient Chinese. With no logic or reason, I must focus on the words to make him stop screaming. How to be the darling and our kids live like our kings. Respect nature talk sounds a lot like Germany Earth. It's a planet. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know what any of these symbols mean in any language at all. I don't. Okay, we're halfway done. We're almost halfway done games. I'll just hurry up a tiny little bit. I'm just hurrying up a little bit more. Get on there faster, faster, faster. Move, 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 move. No, Joey. Joey, is my microphone too loud? Let me just say that. It's so hard to tell. Okay, it's peaking because I talk inconsistently. Talking in monotone voice, same volume, same volume. I need to put a limiter on it, but I was messing around with that, and it absolutely sounds like dog ass. Like, all the... Where's my shooting button? Spacebar? Yes, sir. Like, it sounds pretty bad with the OBS default audio... Whatchamacallits? Like, I need to get some, like, extensions or... No, not... They're called, add-ons? Are they add-ons or extensions, or both? Like, what do you even call them? Add-on and extension is kind of the same term, isn't it? They both... Basically a DLC. Exactly. Now, I like this take on 2048. This is my favorite one so far. I'm gonna put this on the recommended. This is a good take on 2048. I'll be honest with this one. That's a good one. I'll put it in recommended. It's gonna be the highlighted one too. It's another Chinese one. Do you guys speak Chinese? Shiny? Is that racist? No, it's not. It's not discrimination. What is the modern definition of racism? Everyone has their own definition. That's my personal belief. At this point in time, everyone has their own definition of racism. I think you just claim anything is racist, and you're in the wrong because they said it first. I swear, this society... Oh, man. No, it's really sad to see how underdeveloped the populace is. Like, everything offends them. Like, holy moly. Stop caring and you won't get offended. I know it's kind of easy for me to say that, right? Because, like, it's very hard for me to get offended, but, like, I used to get angry all the time as a little kid, and even in my teen years, like, I was really angry. But, like, if you just stop caring, like, to a certain extent, obviously, like, if your brother has cancer or is sick or something like that, you can be empathetic without, like, I mean, in terms of no caring, I mean things that are directed at you or would otherwise cause someone emotional, what am I going? Like, not really emotional distress, because, like, there's abuse, right? But it's like insults, okay? Like, I'm referring to insults. So if someone insults you, and you do care, then you are going to get upset most of the time. If you don't care, then you're not going to get upset. If you're the punching bag of the friend group, take it like a champ, or just leave the friend group. But if you don't care, you're not going to get frustrated. You're not going to get annoyed. You have 5 times more patience, at least. I'd say that's probably an accurate one. 5x you 5x your patience when you don't care. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so don't care, and you'll be patient. Don't care and you won't get frustrated. Don't care and you won't get offended. That's the biggest one. But, you know, everyone has to care about everything these days, right? You can't have someone that doesn't care about something. Especially political stuff. Oh my days. Nah. Like, I don't even want to talk politics because, like, there's no point. it's not. It doesn't involve me. I don't need to concern myself with politics. What's my voice gonna do? One thing? Nah. One person cannot change something. Well, if one person can change something, but one person can't change something. Like, yeah, that's right. One person cannot change something. Even a famous person cannot change something. Like Mr. Beast cannot change something. Like, it's not him on his own. I mean, okay, well, if you do have money, then that's a little bit different. Like, technically, you can change something on your own with money, because money does everything, right? Well, most things, almost everything. But if you're a famous YouTuber, or just a famous person, well, maybe. But money can't buy everything. I mean, yeah, you can bribe politicians and all that. So, maybe it's foolish to believe this, but I like to believe that there are certain people in the world who have power and they're not corrupt. Does that make sense? Like, I have to believe it, right? Believe in the better good of humanity kind of thing. Surely there's at least one person in the world who has power and they're not corrupt. I'd have to assume that there's one person, at least. Where was I going with that? Let's see. Basically, if as long as you don't have money, like if you're famous, whatever, one person cannot really do much on their own. It's the people that rally behind them and the people that they influence. It's the people that they influence. They are the ones kind of paving the way. Like, it's a collective effort, right? So my voice is not going to change something. So why get into it? So at that point I just don't care. I have this app on my phone, actually. It's on the 1,000 games. Use your, cause it's swipe. See, it's this. Oh wait. You're supposed to be able to move it. Oh, so it. Okay, well, it's click. I have this actual same game. I think it's the exact same one too. It's very similar. It's not the exact same. The trick for this one is you have to put the lowest number always on the highest one. Like, the number below it should always be higher. So this was incorrect here. So if you need to always put a lower number onto a higher number, no matter what. Oh, they got dominoes now. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Number merge. Okay, it's really similar. I don't know if it's the same code, but it's basically the exact same thing. Playing 2 at once, guys, is crazy. Look at that. Playing 2 at once. I don't even know if it's focused. Let me check that stream thing. Oh, it's reflecting? It's not even good. One sec. I'm going to turn the brightness up. You guys don't even care. I don't care either. See how that works? It's because of the filter on my thing. Wait, we gotta hold it like right here. See, look at that. Yeah, it's the same game. This has a little different code, but this is the 1,000 games. They add like every month, I think, one or maybe every 2 months. But they just got Dominoes. Usually they add 2 new games. They have Dominoes. This is a new game, and Maze Paint. This is a good app to have, actually. Let me turn that brightness down now. Can you see that? That. Yeah, 1,000 games. It's a good game. It's this one right here at the bottom. 1,000 games. Just zoom in or something. I don't know if you can zoom in. 1,000 games. Okay. Keep playing. So yeah, bottom line, if you don't want to get offended, I will say this, because there are people in the world who like getting offended. Like for example, or they don't care enough to not care, if that makes sense. Because I know for a fact that, my younger sister, she doesn't like it when people do things like clean their teeth. She gets upset, she screams and stuff. Like, she doesn't like it when people clean their teeth or rub their eye. It's whatever. But a very simple solution: don't look at them. So If you don't like something that someone else is doing, don't pay attention. Distance yourself, go into another room, ignore them. But the thing is, you have to not care about them. And not caring about them takes a certain level of care, because you are not caring enough to not care about them. Otherwise, you would not care about them. So you are caring about them because you're not caring to not care. If that makes sense. So some people just care not enough to not care. That's why they get offended. That's why they get upset at people like here's an interesting thing. Like, as long as you're not hurting someone, as long as you're not causing harm to yourself, physical or mental, to yourself or others, actually, who cares what you think? Actually, who cares what the other person thinks? Can you not get along with two different worldviews? Like, actually, though. Like, it's kind of cringe hating someone because of what they think. Now, actions on those thoughts are a whole different matter. People who take those to the extreme and action on their thoughts and their extreme ideas, that's not okay. Because you're harming others, in some cases yourself, but others by your actions. But who cares what you think? And you shouldn't care what other people think about you or anyone else. I understand, like, standing up for someone if they're getting bullied. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, if someone's getting bullied, stand up for them. I guess that's kind of like an emotional... That is causing harm to others. So, yeah, stand up for them. But if they just have a different worldview, or they just have a different opinion... Why would you why would you yell at them? Why would you scream at them? Why would you hate someone? It's like the same level of cringe as hating someone because of their skin color. Like, nah, that's crazy. Actually, imagine hating someone because of their skin color, or discriminating against them. That's kind of the same thing. But imagine, I just can't imagine it. Maybe I grew up in a very blessed home, very convenient. Not convenient. What's the term I'm looking for? It's like blessed. Privileged? No, because that sounds a little bit icky. Maybe I don't want to admit it. Am I privileged? I have no idea. Yeah, I'd say I'm privileged. Okay. If you like, most people in the Western world, I'd say are privileged. Most citizens in the Western world are probably privileged compared to most of the people in the world. Obviously, I don't know about my societies or none of that. I don't know about that. Okay, we gotta hurry up, guys. We spent way too much time on that game. Play online. Yeah, I keep repeating myself over and over again. So sorry about that. Like, sorry. Bottom line, stop caring. Of course, you gotta use your head. Of course, like I said before. If your brother is hurt, care for them. If their brother's getting bullied, but I already set the context already. If you're confused, just watch the context over. I like this style, guys. This is an interesting style. It's an improvement. It's the same game, but it's played differently. I like that. And look, it's upside down. I like that. Why can't we have more games like this instead of just the actual same 2048 game? No. Make it like this. It is interesting. It's creative. It's new. But like I said, some people don't care enough to not care. So they do care. And that's why they get offended and mad and hateful and violent. Was I just raised right? Were my parents actually goated? I mean, that's obviously not. That's a no-brainer. Of course they're goated. They're OP, guys. Man, my parents, dude, they sacrifice so much. I mean, I'm sure every good parent sacrifices. But these parents, nah, like, they actually deserve the world. I'll be honest. They actually deserve the world, or more than that. They deserve the universe. Nobody's perfect, but they've done a good job. I'll be honest, they've done a good job. If there's one lesson, you know what? Here's what we'll do to make these streams a little interesting to the people that actually stick around. Like maybe 1 or 2 people. Actually, the last video got 9 views, which is higher than average. No comments and no likes, so I'm assuming they clicked off before they finished the video. Which is fine, I don't really care. But here's what we'll do. I'm going to do... Is it an advice? We'll do advice. 1 advice topic per stream. And if I'm feeling generous, we can do more than that. I mean, I don't know about how many advice I have to give, but I believe in my own personal... Like, you can disagree with me. That's totally fine. If you want to be a raging hater, getting mad at everything everyone says, and because their opinions are different than yours, you gotta hate them for that. Go ahead and do that. You can disagree with me. I don't care. But if you do think it's good advice, you can follow it. You know, just stop caring, and you'll be more patient. You'll be, you will get less offended way less often. Like you'll get offended way less often. So go ahead and do that. Like, we'll do some advice. Like, I have some experience that I can share, and I know this generation is absolutely trashed. So if there is someone watching this, I hold hope in the belief that if I share some advice, it might help someone. I'm not saying it will. It might though. There's always a non-0% chance. Well, except for outlandish things like $1 billion will spawn in on my desk, right? Like something that has to obey physics. Like what law of physics says $1 billion can even spawn on my desk? Like there's no even laws of physics that allow spawning. If I know my school, I don't know school very well, but if I know some of it, I believe there's no law that allows spawning. Like just nothing creating something, or if that makes sense. Like imagine, I don't know, I guess the Big Bang or something. Like, well, even the Big Bang had something that created it, right? So it wasn't technically created from nothing. Well, it depends on where you come from, right? Some people say it just spawned in. Some people say 2 particles collided. I don't know which one. I don't know, man. I mean, of course, I don't believe that nothing created something, obviously. Imagine random chance happening. Nah. If everything was made by random chance, then there's actually no purpose to any of it. I think that's objective. If there was no purpose behind something being created, then it has no purpose, or design, purpose. Yeah, design or purpose, I guess, is kind of the same thing. So if something wasn't intentionally created or made, then it doesn't really have a purpose. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, like I said, feel free to disagree. I don't care. And the less you care, the less offended you'll be. Yes, the less offended you'll get. I know that's a fact. How do I combine them? Oh, like that. I like that. Oh. I see. It's like Spider Solitaire. Is it Spider Solitaire? Is that what I'm looking for? I think Spider Solitaire is the term I'm looking for. This is cool, guys. This is for 2048, but it's actually cool and it's fun. More people need to make games like this. Like if you're gonna make a 2048 game, make this one. Obviously you can't now because someone else did. But make them. This is satisfying and it's fun. It's a new concept. It's the same 2048 game. You're just doubling your numbers. But it's done in a way that's interesting. It's new. Obviously it's not as boring as the tile one because that gets old. Or yeah, most of the tiles ones get old as long as there's the same game mechanic. You just moving your tiles around. This is similar to the falling ones where you need to put all your lower numbers on your higher numbers. It's a bad idea to put a higher number on a lower number because if you have the lower number. Actually, in this case, it's the worst idea because if you have an 8 here and a 16 on top of that, you'll never be able to combine with the 8. So that's the advice for this stream. I don't care how long it's going to take. We'll just do the 28 games. That's the advice. When you don't care, you don't get offended. When you don't care, you are not frustrated. And when you don't care, you have so much more patience. So that's the advice. Stop caring so much. Oh, there's a discard. I didn't even notice that. I did notice it, but I didn't. I forgot about it. All right, let's move on. That's one of my favorites too. I'll put this in the recommendation as well. So we still have 9 games left, and we're 35 minutes in. That's kind of a long one. We might just end with the 14 games. Yeah. To be fair, my talking has kind of done it, like the most. That's dragged it out. And we have another domain that does no longer have occupation on it. So we'll just continue on. And you can give me topics too if you want to know something. Like, obviously I won't do like insane research or nothing, but if you are watching and you want to ask a question, I'll try to answer the best I can. Like, advice, sure, don't obviously take everything I say with the smallest grain of salt. Never believe what I say until you have kind of proven it for yourself, if that makes sense. Like, if you hear like a preacher or a prophet teaching or saying something about, I don't know, the end times or something, you hear them saying, oh, this is to come, this is what's going to happen in the next year, and that thing doesn't come to happen, well, then obviously they were not a true prophet. So they're not speaking truth. Look, listen here. If a prophet is sent from God, they're going to get it right 100% of the time. It says it in scripture, like in the Bible, it actually says it there. Was that Deuteronomy? It was Deuteronomy. Oh my days. It was actually Deuteronomy. It's like Deuteronomy 5? Deuteronomy 15? One sec, guys. Sorry about this. Or was it Psalms? No, it's Deuteronomy. Psalms is not that kind of thing. Of course, you don't have to believe the Bible. I'm not telling you to believe the Bible. But if you do believe the Bible, Deuteronomy 13. If a prophet speaks, Deuteronomy 18, 9 to 22. If a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord and the thing does not happen or come true, that is a word the Lord has not spoken. Standard stuff. Verse 20. The prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name that I have not commanded to him to speak, that prophet shall die. Well, that's back in the Deuteronomy days. But that's all you need. So, of course, in church they'll read like, just the first verse, or they won't even read that. I don't even know if they'll read that. But then they'll just kind of skip over. They won't read the last part when the prophet. But I mean, that's in the Old Testament. So the laws have changed. They haven't been done away with. They've changed a little bit in terms of that, like sacrifices, that kind of thing, stoning, I guess. If a prophet speaks the name of the Lord and the thing does not happen or come true, that is a word the Lord has not spoken. So don't believe the prophet. Like I said, don't believe me. Read this for yourself. It's Deuteronomy 18, 9 to 22. Read that for yourself. Don't believe me. I'm just reading it. So don't believe it from me. Don't believe it from me. Read it for yourself, and then determine for yourself. Don't believe anything I say. Okay? Do not believe anything I say. If you're asking for advice, that's fine too. Test it. Compare. That's how you critical think. Maybe next stream I'll do a advice thing on critical thinking, but I cannot reiterate this enough. I think that's the last game we're doing. Next game we'll finish off the 2048 rows, and we'll continue to next stuff. But yeah. Do not believe anything I say. Oh, we actually did 21 games today. Should I just do it? Okay, we're gonna do it really fast. It's a bit of a longer one, but sorry, guys. Sorry. Don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything anyone says until you've tested it for yourself. Obviously, there's kind of a trust grace aspect, if you will, specifically for family members or people that you've known for a long time. And of course, if it seems like something that's true, that they're telling the truth or whatever, of course, they could have gotten it from a wrong source. So be careful of that too. If they say something that's kind of weird or strange, test it, make sure that what they're saying lines up with what you know and what you believe. No, that's not right. Belief is a little bit different than reality. A little bit different, because you can believe something even if it's not true. It's hard to know reality these days. Just test everything. Don't believe everything you see or hear. Or is that the right thing? That's a little bit of a blunt way to put it. I should say, anything you hear, read, or see, always take it with a grain of salt. Like, have some sort of skepticism around that, if that makes sense. We got another ancient language. I don't even know if this is a real language here. No, it's numbers, guys. I'm stupid. Well, we have 0, L, 2. Okay. Wait, these are letters. No, it's not. It's numbers and letters. We have an upside down A. We have a L that's in all directions. We have a C. We have an O. We have a 2. Is that an S? A backwards S? Yeah, I'm not sure what all this is. I don't know what all this is. I got upside down Y. Not sure exactly what these are. Just strange symbols. Wait. Is it doubling? No, because that's more than that. Like, this has 2 lines, and this has I can't count. 5 lines. Yeah, take everything with a grain of salt. Test it for yourself. Obviously, like I said, there's a trust grace thing with people that you trust or family members, not such like that, and such and such. So, take it with a grain of salt. Like, do believe them. Do believe me if you can confirm what I'm saying lines up with reality. Well, then we have this, like, well, that's my reality. Okay, there is... People like to claim that they live in a different reality. Like, well, my reality is everyone else is inferior to me. That's just my reality. You can't hate on it. You actually cannot hate on me because that's my reality. What's wrong with that? It's my reality. Don't judge me. Everyone else is inferior. It's just my reality. People say that's just taking it to the extreme. Is it taking it to the extreme? I mean, a human being believes that they're a puppy dog. I'd say that's taking it to the extreme. Nah. If you're born with fingers and toes, you're actually not a dog. Hang on. And some people, I don't hate on anybody. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But, like, it's kind of ridiculous. I can still have an opinion on it, even if I don't really care about it. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I can have an opinion on tofu if I don't care about tofu. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense at all. I'm just kind of talking out my eyes here. Or my ears. Whichever one. Talking out my nose. Pretty much the same thing. So I do believe in reality, and I do believe in there is one true reality. Like the reality that fire is hot. Then people come over and say, well, how do I know that feeling isn't a different feeling for me? Like, how do I know your red is the same exact hue as my red? Yeah, no, I believe human beings are kind of created exactly, or not exactly, but in a very, very, very similar way. So they all have eyes that perceive things. Or, I should say, a functioning, normal human being that is born will have eyes that see. Because human beings are of the nature to see, even if they're born without eyes or born blind. Their DNA, in their, something went wrong, right? They were of the nature to see, where am I going with this? Yeah, so color wavelengths, basically. Each wavelength produces a different hue, color, whatever you want to call it. And when light interacts with it, science, basically. That's kind of all you need to know. So my red is probably the same as your red. We're seeing the same wavelength enter our eyes, so if it's the same wavelength, it's gonna have the same color. But then people can say, well, how do I know your wavelength looks like my wavelength? Like I said, human beings have very, very similar eyes. If not for the colors, you got cones and rods, and I believe that those cell structures are exactly the same in every human being. In any way that matters, in every way that matters. Sure, you have like maybe slight size or shape differences, but that's very, very slight. Of course, it's on a atomic scale, so it's very tiny. But every human has cones and rods. Of course, if you don't have eyes, maybe you don't have cones and rods. That's the end of the 2048s, and we're like 58 minutes in, 46 minutes in. So it's not like the worst thing ever, but it's kind of a longer one. That's the advice for today. Stop caring, and you won't get triggered. Obviously, if you get triggered, you're not caring enough. That's the advice. You'll have more patience. That's a big thing for me. I've definitely, and other people around me have seen a perceptible improvement in my patience, especially my family. Like, bro, I used to lose my patience so often. No, it's not even crazy. It is crazy. It's not even, bro. Oh, that's the advice. I know I've repeated myself 100 times, and I'll continue to repeating myself. Forgive me, because, like, I ramble. Like, it's hard to keep, like, a coherent thought structure and to feed into my mouth and do everything like that. But when I talk. Like, it's a weird thing when I'm repeating myself, because like I say something and I don't know if they completely understand it, so I kind of repeat myself, but I add a tiny bit of extra context to like reshape it or make it sound more understandable, if that makes sense. And I reiterate myself so many times. It's kind of annoying, actually. I can imagine that it is annoying. I don't see it for myself as annoying. It's not even annoying when other people do it to me, like when they're reiterating over and over again. Dang, I've done it like 5 times now, and I apologize for my reiterations. In my head, it makes more sense to expound, even if it's just like 1 or 2 words, to give them a little bit more extra, because I want to help them out, if that makes sense. Help them understand me, because I am terrible at communicating. Oh, nowadays. I'm just rambling again, guys. Forgive me. All right, we're 48 minutes in. We'll just end it here. That's all I have. That's everything. We got all the 2048 games done, unless it has like a different name. It's like super cute 2048, right? Then that's gonna be like another 2048, but it has to have a thing before it. That's all the 2048s for now, at the very least. That's gonna do it. That's all I have. That's everything there is. That's all there is.